Okay, those of you who are subscribers know that I believe in buying items that are made in the USA anytime possible. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some items of clothing here, primarily jackets and vests. And these are all by Patagonia and North Face. And the one thing all of the items I'm going to show you in this video have in common is they were all made in these United States. Now, I want to caution you, a lot of these manufacturers now make items in China and other countries, but every item you're seeing here, I bought on eBay, used, and they're all made in the USA, and they're all in excellent condition. Very serviceable, not a thing wrong with them, a lot of life left in these garments, and every single one of them made in the USA. These were bought for anywhere from a low of like $15 up to the most expensive item was, I think, $50, was the parka. And this here was only $12, this jacket right here. Made in the USA, very comfortable, lined. I like these jackets for playing tennis on cool days down in Florida. I winter down in Florida, and believe it or not, it gets cool there, sometimes in the 60s, low 60s even, would be about the coolest it gets in the wintertime. And sometimes you need a jacket, especially when you're warming up. So these jackets come in handy. Now, all of these jackets, they all have trade-offs, and some are better than others for different purposes. Now, I also have a video on 5 best bomber jackets. If you want a more heavy-duty jacket, like a leather jacket, the bomber jackets, a lot of those are made in the USA, and they can still be bought. I saw one on eBay, a real nice one for $50 the other day, and it probably was more than $300 new. So if you keep an eye out and you shop around, you can find these items made in USA. If you find them at thrift stores like a Goodwill or something, you might be able to get it for $5. Look for that Made in USA label and support the fact that these were made in USA, and maybe these companies will get the message and they'll start making things in USA again if we all start buying the used items that are made in USA and do not buy the ones that are made in China. This parka was very nice, very, very nice condition. Didn't need a thing, and nice heavy duty zipper on it. I mean, it's Gore-Tex, $50. That's the most expensive item in all these ones that I'm showing you here. And I actually needed a waterproof parka, so that's the reason I bought this one. And I like my jackets to fit kind of trim. This is a medium, but you can see I like to be able to have totally free arm movement, but I don't like them to be real loose. So of course your fit is up to you. These are all mediums, by the way. All these items that I bought are all mediums. Look at that heavy duty zipper. And I find that the Patagonias and the North Face are sized similarly. In both of those, I do take a medium for the way I like them to fit. Some of the vests that we're going to get to, you'll notice, fit a little differently. Some of them go down a little, hang down a little lower, and one or two of them had a little more room in them than the others, but they're all pretty close as long as you get yourself a medium. And this little jacket here also has a hood on it, and it has a drawstring to adjust around the waist, and it's adjustable on the cuffs. And this is a nice North Face. Again, made in the USA. I think this thing was about $25, and again in very good condition. And you can wash these in Woolite, by the way, and you can tumble dry them on low heat or just hang them to dry, and they come out really, really nice. So everything I'm showing you here, I'm not showing you anything that's not pretty close to mint condition. So all of these have a lot of life left in them, and I would much rather buy a used item that's made in the USA and recycle it and get more life out of it than buy a brand new one for $200 or $300. These North Face items and the Patagonia items, these high-end items, you're gonna pay a couple $100 for a jacket like this. This is a nice Patagonia and very comfortable. Very similar to some of the bomber jackets out there that Averex made that are similar material, nylon material like this, that you can buy. And I've seen some of them for $50, the ones made in the USA, $50, $60 on eBay. So that's another option, is a nice flight jacket and a similar design to this. But the Patagonia and the North Face, They're well made, especially you buy the ones that are made in the USA. I don't think you can go far wrong with any of these items. This one I've actually had for years. This is one that I did not buy in this last, all the rest of these I bought in about the last week or 10 days or so, just again to make a point as to what you can buy on eBay. And this one, however, I've had for a number of years. This is a reversible jacket. The zipper is a little bit tricky because it is reversible. It'll be on the inside and you have to flip it over. But this is a very comfortable jacket. It's a little bit snug, which I like, again, because I use this a lot of times when I'm out doing photography work, and I have a think tank system that goes around my waist with all my gear, and this can sit right on top of that. And if it's a kind of a cool day, keep me nice and warm. You see the fleece lining in there, and it breaks the wind. And so that's a nice jacket. That's a reversible Patagonia jacket. And now we get into the vests. The vests are really good for warming up playing tennis because, again, you get totally free arm movement. And if it's just a little bit of a chilly day and you want to put one of these on and just use it to knock the chill off while you warm up, these vests come in really handy. And also I can put this under that parka I showed you. The parka does have enough room to go right over top of one of these vests, and then it's still very comfortable, very free arm movement, but just enough additional warmth to keep you warm on a cooler day when you need a little bit of extra insulation. And here's something that, again, this was made in the USA. This is a vintage one. This was from like around the 1990s. This is a Patagonia in really, really good condition. And this is going to be warm. This is going to be great to wear like around the house on cool days in the wintertime. You just keep the heat down a little bit and wear this instead of a sweater. So I believe that that was around $30 or $40 also. Again, really, really nice condition, a vintage item. And here's another one that is lined, that's a little bit heavier. And a lot of the fleece ones are not lined, but this one's fully lined, you see there. And so it's a little bit warmer. And again, extremely well made. This is also a Patagonia. And I just like the fit on these. They just really have a nice feel to them. Extremely comfortable. And I mean, you can buy these all day long. You got to keep your eyes open, but you can buy these on eBay. I'm sure they have them in your size as well. Make sure you buy it from a reputable seller, so it's a for real, not a knockoff, and it's an actual made in USA Patagonia or North Face, and you'll be good to go. This next one, this is really cool. This is what they call the Regulator series. See the little R on there? And these are really neat. These are a little more trim. They're a little tighter in the arms and so on, and really I like the fit on these. I've also got a vest that's the same series that's in the Regulator series. I don't know if these are a higher end, a little more expensive, but see how they have that special material so they'll flex and so forth. And it's just a little bit of a different design, a little more of a form-fitted design. So that's also by Patagonia and made in the US. You gotta love that. That's going to be one of my favorite pieces to wear on the cooler days when I'm down there playing tennis or whatever. And here's a nice vest. This is great for playing tennis because see how it's shorter? So this way I can get my hand in and out of the pocket to get the tennis balls. I don't like things that hang down further and get in the way of reaching in and getting the tennis ball out of my, I wear swimsuits when I play tennis, and I keep the ball in my pocket, of course. And if with a shorter vest like this, it doesn't get in the way. So I really like the fit of that vest. You can probably shrink these if you have to. Not sure. You don't want to get the heat too high because some fabrics can melt actually. But see, this one's a little longer. And this is a Regulator series also vest, which I think those are a little bit higher end. And this one's, I think, lined also. So maybe a little bit warmer. But as you can see, there are a lot of choices, and every single one of these are made in the USA. So just because a manufacturer has shifted to overseas manufacturing, like Patagonia is doing a lot of that, and North Face is doing a lot of that now, doesn't mean you can't still buy the ones made in the USA in great condition. Just wash them in Woolite, and you'll be good to go. All these that I bought, by the way, came to me. They were already cleaned and you know, in perfect condition. A few of them I washed in Woolite anyway. But there you go. Let me know what you do. Do you buy items like this and recycle them? If not, what are you buying? Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.